What's up guys, it's me Johnny G, and today I have another unboxing for you. It's not supposed to be sold until tomorrow. This is the Resident Evil 3 Collector's Edition. I got my copy in the mail today early, and just so you guys are 100% sure if that will... No, there it goes. It's kind of hard to see, but the date is there. It says April 2nd. Let's, we could swipe it down there too if it'll, there you go. Thursday, April 2nd. It's 8:27 p.m. when I'm recording this, but we're going to go ahead and open this up. I'm super pumped to get into playing this game, as well as having this collector's edition. Hopefully everything is here and in good condition. I actually got the Resident Evil 2 Collector's Edition last year because 2 was my all-time favorite game from the original series. But when I found out it was being remade and they announced the Collector's Edition, I had to have it. I'm a nut for Collector's Editions as it is, but that particular game even more so. And in here, when I found out Resident Evil 3 was going to have one too, I just had to jump on it. I love Resident Evil. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. I've played all of them, every one in existence, including some of the obscure ones like Resident Evil Gaiden for the Game Boy Color, the Survivor series, I forget what the name of that one, Dead Aim for PS2. I couldn't remember it. I knew it used the light gun controller, or you could use the regular PS2 controller for it, but it was kind of like the Survivor games, just a little bit obscure. But I have a bunch of random Resident Evil memorabilia, and I even actually have a Nemesis mask. When they were making replicas when the second movie came out, I went and bought a Nemesis mask and I used it for a costume for high school. So this one actually does hold a little bit of a special place in my heart, but it's not quite as much of a favorite as 2 is. 3 is pretty high on the list, but 2 is my all-time favorite, and the remake was just downright amazing. So, first things first, here we have a pretty big box, and on top is the STARS logo. Now this is a slip cover, and it does kind of show you some things on the back of what this comes with. It does have a Jill statue in, like the 2 Collector's Edition had one of Leon, but it's in kind of a box here that looks like an item chest, and I know the Resident Evil 2 Collector's Edition, actually, ironically, mine is sitting right here. I have the 2. It's got the RPD logo on the top, but it also kind of looks like it's in an item chest. It's just a cardboard box. It's nothing special. Just like this one, it's just a cardboard box. It's not like a fancy plastic case or anything like that, but you have to pull the slip cover off, and then you can open it up and delve in to the madness. So it's also got the STARS logo on top here of the chest, but it's a little bit shinier. Little stickers on here, and I just want to make sure that they don't damage the box when I take them off. And they're looking good. Just a little bit there. A little bit. Nothing too bad. One, and so I can get the other one here. No, maybe. I think I'm just going to cut this one, and then I'll try to remove it later. There we go. Oh, let's get this open. I'm very anxious to get this installing and give it a shot tonight. I played the demo. I also was part of the beta test for the original closed beta for the Resistance game before they announced that it was a full-on, game that was coming with this. So, all right. So here, the first thing in the top is the actual game itself. Comes with the Resistance. It's like an online multiplayer game, and then of course, the main story. Xbox One X enhanced, which is cool because I have an Xbox One X. There is a voucher for the soundtrack. You get a It says on the box about a double soundtrack, and it also pictures Resistance there, so I'm assuming you get the music from that as well. Then, of course, there is, this is awesome because it's got notes and everything on it. There is a double-sided map of Raccoon City, the portion in the game. I'll stand back a little bit. It's kind of going to be hard to see because I got the light right behind me. But if you look close, there's little notes and things written on here. It looks like stuff that like Jill wrote in the game, or you know, somebody in general wrote these as they were traveling. Because this looks like a map that you would pick up like at some sort of a station or a public building or something that would give you, you know, information. You toss it in your car like your glove box or something. I know nowadays a lot of people don't use that kind of stuff because we all have GPSs and things on our phone, Google Maps that we can use, but you know, I know a few people, like my dad's old school, he'll use a map. So we have maps of pretty much anywhere that he's gone and that we've gone together in the car or in the house somewhere. Now on the other side here, you just got a bunch of advertisements. So like I said, it does look like a classic, you know, map of some sort. I love the little Mega Man Easter egg there. That is awesome. Another favorite series of mine. A nice little Easter egg, but yeah, it looks like a classic map you'd pick up at a truck stop or something, or a gas station. Let's go ahead and take, there's a little cardboard insert, and it looks like we have an art book here. Ooh, this is cool. On the front of the art book, it's red and says Project N, which obviously is probably Nemesis, Project Nemesis, Resident Evil 3 Remake. And on the back, it's blue, Project R, probably for Resistance. And it's nice hardback, solid, you know, cover here. See if I can show you guys while I'm looking. There's a lot of, looks like notes and stuff here too. Hand drawings, photographs and things to make it look like it's stuff, photos and things that were taken in the game. Neat. Kind of looks like you know, collages of photos. I thought it was just like a straight up art book, but it looks like collages of photos like that people took, like say characters in the game took, and then wrote down notes, like maybe a reporter or something took some of these, and that's just kind of unique, a different way to present it. And then the last piece in this here, in a nice, I believe dark blue box, the Jill Valentine figure, statue, whatever you want to call it. Definitely is going to look awesome with my collection. I have, like I said, a lot of obscure and different Resident Evil memorabilia, so having this and the Leon statue that came with the collector's edition for 2 is just awesome. Perfect for my collection. And she looks to be made identically. There's a nice stand here. Whoop. Almost dropped her. Sorry, Jill. You weren't quite a sandwich, but you were almost dropped. Pardon the mess behind me. I'm in the middle of cleaning some things. I need my knife because there's tape all over this. 1, 2, 3. Ah, nice. Okay. So, much like Leon, she's got a nice little solid base to stand Jill on, but the difference is Leon's has like a RPD logo, hers has like a partial stars, raccoon logo, or like badge emblem kind of going through on her stand. Then, of course, there is, oh, and actually, it's got her name. It's shiny, so it's kind of hard to see, but it's Jill Valentine going across, excuse me, the front. Leon's was just like that too. Flip that back in. Now we can get the main lady herself. The amazing, ultra-talented master of unlocking, as Barry called her in the first game, Jill Valentine. Very highly detailed, and she's got her little handgun here. Okay, let's get that in her hand. There we go. All right. So the handgun's in her hand. She's very highly detailed. See if it picks up. There we go. It's zooming in. Strands of hair and things are identified. She's got a whole different outfit. If you guys didn't notice in the trailers, or if you've played the demo or whatnot, her outfit's a little bit different than the classic Resident Evil 3 uniform that she wore with kind of the tube top and the little skirt. Now, of course, that is going to be a DLC for anybody that pre-ordered, and probably you'll be able to buy it later, or they'll give it out eventually for free. But in particular, her outfit this time is full pant, combat boot, and tank top kind of thing going on here. And she has, like, you know, more tactical outfitting. There's a side holster on her pants for her gun. She's got like a utility belt. Her badge is actually up here, and then she's got more hanging off of her shoulders here, as well as a little flashlight up there above her boob. But ultimately, I'm kind of curious. She's got like a little thing hanging here above her chest, and it's a little silver item there, and I don't know if that means that there's something that's like, maybe that's just decorative, maybe that's just jewelry, but sometimes I see things like that, and I'm not being perverted and trying to look at her chest. I mean, it's an action figure or statue, whatever, but sometimes I see things like that, and characters it'll either become like a plot item, or it could become an item used in the game. It may be a key for something, or a lockpick, for all we know. So ultimately, there's been a little bit of redesign with the characters, with Jill, with Carlos. Carlos looks a little different. His hair isn't slicked back. It's more shaggy. He's a little more youthful. Pretty buff compared to the original Carlos, but overall, I think this is going to be a lot of fun to play, but I think this is a really awesome collector's edition too. Just like the Resident Evil 2 one was, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. Great for a fan of the series or a fan of the game in general. Anybody getting into this could be potentially really happy with this. I like the poster. The only problem I have with double-sided ones like that are oftentimes I'm not able to get the full, the full use out of it, because I tend to frame them or put them in something so that I can see it, and I'd have to like flip it back and forth. You know, it's kind of harder, a little more expensive to come across like a double-sided frame. But either way, you know, it's still a really cool, really unique edition because of the fact that it's got all the little notes and things on it, and it actually might be kind of helpful playing in the game. I don't know if you guys remember, like, the maps, the little maps and things that used to come with the Grand Theft Auto games all the time that, you know, actually could be of benefit. I know a lot of times for something like that anymore, if you want it, you have to buy, like, the strategy guide to get a little map, or just look it up online and print it out. But particular, you know, as a collector and somebody that, you know, loves the unique items, that loves the action figures and things and likes to display stuff like this kind of a collector's edition is a bit more up my alley, a bit more something that I like. The last collector's edition that I got was Persona 5 Royal. If you guys have seen that, I uploaded that a couple of days ago. It didn't come with a figure, but it came with a mask of Joker. That was cool. Prior to that, I got the Death Stranding Collector's Edition, which actually came with a big figure of the Bridge Baby. So things like that are really cool. Things like that I love. I love to have them. I love seeing them and collecting things like that. I like to display that. That's kind of the nerd side of me. What do you guys think? You know, what are your opinions on collecting and collector's editions in games? I know sometimes it can be a bit expensive anymore, but, you know, in the end, you know, something like this, to me, it's a small price to pay for the items that you get, especially when any more like that figure alone, especially some of the ones that you can import from Japan, whether it be a video game or an anime figure or something like that, can get pretty expensive. So, you know, I think the base price for this was $150. I don't remember off the top of my head, but when you consider $50 to $100 for a figure alone, plus then, you know, the $60 game, and then the art book and stuff like that, it does kind of work out to be a bit of a good deal when you piece it all, or, you know, take it apart and piecemeal it and try to think of a price. Either way, like I said, guys, I think this is an awesome collector's edition. I know I'm kind of rambling and trying to think of other things to say about it, but I'm just kind of excited and getting a little anxious to pop this in my Xbox and get it installing here so that I can play it later. Let me know what you guys think. If you've gotten to try it yet, if you've tried the demo, or you're playing the game, or you're buying the game, comment down below. Tell me what you're thinking, what you want to see. You know, maybe I'll stream this on Twitch one of these days if I get to it. I'll play like 2 and 3 back to back once I, you know, get a little more used to it, because I know, at least from the demo and some of the developer diaries and things that I've watched on YouTube, Nemesis is a pain in the rear and likes to chase you down a lot harder than the original Nemesis does. So we'll see if I can learn a little bit of how to get away from him so that I can make things a little bit more interesting for you guys to see. Either way, like I said, let me know down in the comments what you think. Let me know if you like this content, if you want to see more unboxings and things. Give me a thumbs up. And for now, we'll see you next time. See you guys.